Tonight on CTV News, another spate of armed robberies hits Christchurch dairies over the weekend. Students at St Bede's College run more than 100 kilometres for charity, and up-and-coming rugby stars get a surprise visit. Kia ora, good evening. News just in. New Zealand Farming is appealing for information around stolen cows in the Ashburton region. A post on social media this afternoon reports approximately 500 cows stolen from a large dairy farm in the Ashburton area. If anyone has any information, they're being urged to contact Ashburton Police. To today's other news now, and armed robbers have struck again in Christchurch today, increasing fears that an innocent person could be seriously injured or killed. The robbery at the Curlitz Road Dairy is the latest in a long list that's plagued the city in recent months.
Another day, another armed robbery. Police raced to the Curlitz Road Dairy in Sockburn after reports it was being held up just after 1 p.m. Police at this stage believe only one offender entered the dairy from the front of the building. He presented an axe-like object to the man behind the counter, demanding cigarettes and cash before fleeing on foot. Armed robberies in the city have totalled 13 since early December last year, with 6 of those happening this month. Nearly half of them were dairies, and firearms have been used in many. Police told Star Media it was a growing concern to see the numbers starting to rise, and the fact the offenders are risking a lot to gain so little. Those comments echoed by Canterbury University criminologist Greg Newbold, who fears a repeat of the 1997 Caledonian hotel shooting, where an armed robbery went wrong and Glenn Payne lost his life. Yesterday afternoon, 2 masked men entered the Lake Terrace Stationery and Dairy in Burwood. The man behind the counter fled into a back room and called police. The offenders left with chewing gum. Last Thursday, 3 men robbed the Kendall Ave Centre, armed with a pistol. 2 of the offenders took the owner to the back room and punched him, while a third offender stripped the cigarette cabinet and searched for cash. An employee at the Burnside store told Star Media the owner was experiencing a bit of pain but was not doing too bad. Police have asked the public if they know anything to phone them at the Central Police Station or anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Andrew King, CTV News.
St Bede's College are planning their 7th fundraising run for Canteen, a charity supporting young people living with cancer. The event, called Run for a Life, involves boys running around 130 kilometres over 5 days from different parts of the South Island, raising more than $100,000 in the past.
Every 2 years, over 100 boys from St Bede's and a few from Roncalli and Marion College drive for hours to different South Island locations, then run all the way back.
So 8, so they go to Port Puponga, Karamea, Nelson, Motueka, Haast, Mount Cook, Lawrence and Cromwell.
People go through more pain than what we are in at the moment, and realising that we're doing it for the greater good, for Canteen, gets you home.
It's a 5-day journey of solid running, with each runner travelling roughly 30 kilometres on foot each day. The run is extra special for student Johan de Kuna, who lost his twin brother to cancer 5 years ago.
I didn't get the opportunity to run last year and put my name down, but it's my last year of school and I want to get back, so yeah, I guess a lot of people dealing with cancer, they go through a lot, and so I want to be able to do the run to give back as well.
The last time St Bede's did the Run for a Life in 2014, they raised $132,000, a figure Canteen is incredibly grateful for.
It's pretty amazing in terms of what the school does for Canteen as an organisation. The support that we get from them is huge and so important for us as an organisation.
Despite the huge amount of money raised, the schools say they never set targets and don't want the focus to be on them, but on the charity. The runners head off on their trip next month. Sam Pickering, CTV News.
An increase of commercial construction activity in the city has seen more than $800 million worth of commercial building consents completed by the Christchurch City Council this year. There's been a noticeable shift in building activity in Christchurch as commercial momentum grows and residential work tapers off. More than 472 commercial consents have been granted so far this year by the Christchurch City Council. About 26% of these relate to projects in the central city. The total value of construction activity in the City Council district is $1.6 billion. The Ronald McDonald House is launching its newest fundraising campaign next month, Host a Roast, where you can have a dinner party to raise money for the organisation. Alongside the new campaign, companies have been going into the Christchurch base to cook meals for those staying there.
Bacon, eggs, hash browns, waffles and juice. This meal served at Ronald McDonald House wasn't just any breakfast. The team from Yellow Pages came in to cook up the feast, the last thing parents and families with sick children want to think about doing during their stay.
Whatever company I've been involved with, I've always tried to help wherever we can, and this is what we do at the moment, cooking breakfast or dinners for them. So yeah, you come here and it's an eye-opener on what people go through. Teams
from organisations and companies have been coming in to cook dinners each night of the week. It's been so popular they had to start doing breakfast as well.
Caleb was diagnosed with leukemia about 6 weeks ago, so we've been here having our first phase of treatment. It's just finished and we're looking at going home next week.
It's amazing. That's really good. It takes a big weight off our shoulders.
These guys and the guys that cook the dinner, it's awesome. It makes life a lot easier.
Ronald McDonald House provides a place where families can stay while their children are in Christchurch receiving treatment. It doesn't receive government funding and is reliant on public donations, grants and sponsorship. That's where Host a Roast comes in.
We've hatched this idea of hosting a roast, and so it's where someone can prepare a meal for a group of people, invite a group of friends around, and those friends make a donation and those funds come through to us.
The Host a Roast program starts on Thursday, running until the end of the month. Bridget Rutherford, CTV News.
And for more information about Host a Roast and how you can donate, you can visit the Ronald McDonald House website. Well, a Christchurch merger school is being praised for an exceptional First Education Review Office report. According to the report, most children at Waitakere Primary School achieve highly in reading, writing and mathematics and are above the national standard. The school opened in 2014 after the merger of Burwood and Windsor schools and moved on to its current site earlier this year. Now, for those still not sure who's running in their area in the upcoming local body elections, stay tuned. Profiles for candidates running in Christchurch and Banks Peninsula are available from today on the Christchurch City Council website. The Selwyn District Council is hosting Meet the Candidates evenings from Thursday night until mid-September. Candidate profiles on those running in the Waimakariri, Ashburton and Timaru areas are also available online. Still to come on CTV News, Bridget's here with your neighbourhood news. Welcome back. The Christchurch Model Train Show is just over a month away, and while one regular exhibitor won't quite have his section ready to showcase this year, he's still got plenty to keep him busy. Neil Andrews has been a part of the show for more than 20 years, and I went along to meet him and see arguably one of the most impressive model train displays in the region. Put the last piece of the track into place and watch the result of patience, detail and passion come to life. At around 6 metres squared, this room was custom made for this model train display, representative of a Northland Railway, and every piece of track comes with its own story.
For instance, in the door which got damaged was Ship Creek down on the west coast. That was a scene that I did there. The kahikateas over on the far corner here were from the west coast line.
Mr. Andrews has been making these fantastic and very realistic creations for decades.
I don't remember when I haven't done it. You know, it's always been there, but I've never had the opportunity to make a railway so complete as this one. And the theme was on this one that I really wanted it to be a bush scene.
His biggest creation is one he's constantly adding to, but he's got another project on the go as well.
This is an actual street, and I can't name the street offhand, but it is an actual street in France.
This one won't be ready for this year's show, but he's got plenty to organise being on the committee.
The theme this year at the show is getting started, you know, getting how do I start on a model railway? How do I choose the gauge? How expensive is it? And as you can see, it doesn't have to be all this is just pocket money, really. from the expenditure here. Well, sometimes a little more than pocket money. But
If you want to see some amazing creations just like this one, head along to the Christchurch Model Train Show on the 1st and 2nd of October at Pioneer Stadium. Tanya Green, CTV News. Wow, fantastic. The sign of the Kiwi Rest House on the Summit Road track will reopen later this year. The popular resting destination for walkers and cyclists on the Port Hills has been undergoing major strengthening and renovation works since March after being damaged in the February 2011 earthquake. The Christchurch City Councillor Andrew Turner, who's been working on the project, says they're on target to expecting an opening before the end of this calendar year. The Christchurch City Council have revealed the city's most popular breed of dogs, but some dog owners are a little bit biased in their own opinions on the city's top dog, as Fraser Walker-Pearce found out.
Dogs have long been known as man's best friend, but what breed of dog is the most popular? There's over 31,000 dogs in Christchurch, so I'm on the hunt today to find out what people think is the most popular breed of dog. Regular walkers in Hagley Park took a stab at what they thought was the city's favourite.
These kind of dogs and the Bichons are really popular because of the wool coat, I suppose.
Probably the lab, either golden or black. They're a pretty friendly sort of dog, and they're good around kids, so yeah, probably they're the favourite.
I probably haven't got a personal favourite. I've owned dogs since I was 16 years old, and I've had all sorts. Little tiny ones, long-haired chihuahuas, I've had Labradors.
And let's just say some were right and some were most definitely wrong.
I'm not quite sure. There's really a good crossbreed. A lot of the little walkie-talkie dogs, so yeah.
Would you think it would be a small dog or a big dog?
Most of them be small dogs, I think.
A pug?
I don't know, everyone's going for the designer breeds these days. The crosses between the poodles and the wool-coated dogs.
Well, your favourite dog, the Labrador, is actually Christchurch's favourite as well.
Oh, sweet.
But then I hit the jackpot. 2 beautiful chocolate labs out for a run on a cold morning. I couldn't resist getting up close with the winning breed. Christchurch's most popular dog for 2016, and he's off. Fraser Walker-Pearce, CTV News.
Also, and Bridget Rutherford joins us now from the newsroom with what's happening in your neighbourhood.
Thanks, Tanya. From Thursday, truck drivers travelling through Littleton Tunnel will need to cover loose loads as a new bylaw comes into place. The New Zealand Transport Agency bylaw was created in an effort to reduce the amount of material polluting the tunnel. Up to 8 tonnes of dirt and dust is cleared out of the tunnel every month, compared to 235 kilograms a month before 2011. Trucks carrying fertiliser, construction or demolition material, waste, soil, sand, stock feed and other products will now have to be covered. Fish and Game North Canterbury wants to see more public toilets around Lake Coleridge and nearby lakes. It says the current facilities aren't meeting the needs of anglers, boaties and tourists. But the Selwyn District Council says there are already 4 public toilets near Lake Coleridge and it has no plans to increase that number. The Littleton Mount Herbert Community Board is looking for local design professionals to become members of a new design panel. It's seeking expressions of interest from people who could be part of the City Council's new Littleton Design Review panel. The panel would review and consider what can be built in the area. The work would be voluntary and would run for an 18-month trial period. Those interested need to register their interest by September the 9th. And finally, the North Beach Surf Lifesaving Club will celebrate 100 years of service on Labour Weekend, and it's asking for your help. Chairman Roger Smith says he's looking for any photos the public may have of the club and its history, as they're compiling a stack of memorabilia for the celebrations. The centennial is expected to attract former and current lifeguards from around the country. From the newsroom, I'm Bridget Rutherford.
Still to come, the latest in sport and the region's weather forecast. Welcome back to sport now, and up-and-coming rugby stars have been treated to an Olympic medal-winning meet and greet at Burnside Park. Ruby Tui, Portia Woodman and Niall Williams from the recent Olympic silver medal winning Black Fern Sevens team attended an under-15 regional tournament to pass on their knowledge to the next generation of stars.
What position do you want by yourself?
It's not every day teenagers receive surprise visits from their sporting heroes. These under-15 rugby players clearly delighted with the visit from 3 Olympic silver medalists.
It's funny, I've been walking around before and some girls, when I left I was coaching them and they were year 9, year 10, and I'm come here today and they're actually coaching the teams themselves, so it's a bit of a buzz. It's actually really, really cool, and I can't wait to get amongst and have a yarn to them.
For Ruby Tui, who's been living in Christchurch since 2009 after moving from the West Coast, giving back to Canterbury rugby is special.
They can travel around the whole world, they can be an Olympic medalist. Like, I really want them to know how far that this sport can take them. When I left there was some huge talent out here, and I bet you there's even more now, so I can't wait to share with them how far they can go.
The main goal of today is to hopefully guide the next crop of talent to the Olympic podium.
The main thing is just to share with them our experience of the Olympics and how cool it was to get the silver medal, and then the pathway that they can possibly go towards to get there.
The stars of today saying Canterbury's bunch have the talent to get there.
I really hope that the few that have the crazy talent out here do the work and get the gold, like it's there on a plate if they want it, so I can't wait to see them grow.
The 3 silver medalists will be speaking to the young rugby players for a Q&A session tonight. Sam Pickering, CTV Sport.
The Canterbury women's rugby team journeyed up to Auckland over the weekend to take on North Harbour in the Farah Palmer Cup, and they claimed a win of 50-7, with Kendra Coxedge equalling her Canterbury record set in 2013 against Taranaki, scoring 4 tries, adding 5 conversions to a personal haul of 30 points. Canterbury now tops the cup table on points differential after 3 rounds. Canterbury continues to set the pace in the National Provincial Rugby Championship after blowing away Tasman yesterday. The defending champions won 45-14 and look again to be setting the benchmark after just 2 rounds of the competition.
Burden Barrett starred again for the All Blacks on Saturday night, but it's younger brother who is stealing the limelight for the Red and Blacks. 19-year-old Geordie Barrett scored 25 points in Canterbury's demolition at AMI Stadium in front of a big crowd.
There's out Thompson trying to get the ball away in the tackle, and he does. Barrett! Geordie Barrett!
The full-back, recruited from Taranaki during the off-season, scored all first-half Canterbury points as they led 16-9 at the break. Tasman found the space to spread the ball out wide to bulky winger Tima Whainga-Nuku, who crashed past 3 defenders to dot down for the Marcos.
Whainga-Nuku down the right side to Nelson College, first 15 captain.
The game hung in the balance until the 60th minute before Canterbury began to put the foot down, first with Dominic Bird.
What a great ball for Dominic Bird, what a wonderful try.
Then 6 minutes later with Nathan Vella.
Down, pick and go, good field position, good control, good power.
With the game already out of reach for Tasman, further tries to Jack Goodhue and Inga Finau put Tasman to the sword. Canterbury will be looking to take that form with them when they travel north to face Northland next weekend. Sam Pickering, CTV Sport.
And in Rugby League, the Hornby Panthers are looking to win their 3rd grand final in 5 years after beating the Papanui Tigers 20 points to 10 in the preliminary final on Saturday. Hornby raced out to a 14-0 lead but nearly saw that lead slip away when they conceded 2 quick tries after half-time. But good scrambling defence saw them hold on and score another try of their own in the final 10 minutes. That was enough to book their ticket to the grand final next weekend against the Linwood Kias. And now it's time for our pick of the day. This snap was sent in to us by Dominique Marshall of Redwood of her dog keeping an eye on another family pet. If you have a pick from around Canterbury we'd love to see, then send it to us via email news@ctv.co.nz or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Canterbury TV. Now Mercy's here with the region's weather forecast. Mercy, will the weather be warmer? The warmer weather be sticking around for the rest of the week?
Thanks, Tanya. Well, we are expecting that warm weather to stick around, but we're not predicting it to be quite as warm as it was today. Yes, it pushed up into the early 20s and the late teens today. 21 was your high in Temuka, 18 for Geraldine. Very warm indeed. Actually felt almost like summer temperatures. We are almost in spring soon. 18 was the high for Christchurch, Akaroa and Leeston. Kaikoura, you also had a high of 18 and 18 was shared led by Cheviot and Amberley as well. 19 for you, Rangiora, and Oxford on 17 degrees. 19 was also the high for Lake Tekapo and 15 for you Arthur's Pass. Now tomorrow we're expecting a mostly fine day, a little bit of early morning drizzle. 14 for your high Timaru, so still not too bad. Northeasterlies in the afternoon. Ashburton, you can expect a mostly fine day, a little bit of cloud early on, but that breaks away to sunny spells for your afternoon as well. 13 degrees for your high and 4 overnight. The Garden City, 1 or 2 drizzle patches for your Tuesday morning. That does fine up though with cloud breaking away to fine spells in the afternoon, 14 for you. Kaikoura, you're expecting a high of 13 degrees with sunny skies later in the day, drizzle patches and grey cloud up first in the morning. Same thing for you guys, South Canterbury, so there could be 1 or 2 chances of rain in the morning. We are seeing a few drizzle patches, but mostly fine throughout the day. Easterly breezes and southeasterlies for places along the coast. These will be easing off. Temperatures just trying to push up there in the mid-teens for most. Same goes for you, North Canterbury. 1 or 2 cloudy spells with the odd patch of rain in the morning. That finds up, especially in the afternoon. Easterlies breezy near the coast. 14 is your high tomorrow, Lake Tekapo, and you're expecting a lovely sunny day. Easterly winds for you as well. Wednesday is looking gorgeous and sunny too, very similar to what we experienced today and yesterday. Temperatures in the mid-teens for most places with northeasterlies, and these will be particularly breezy along the coast again. On Thursday, northwesterly winds are going to be quite strong for inland places. Temperatures starting to push back up again into the late teens. We are also seeing on Thursday lots of high cloud and the potential for a little bit of rain overnight. So Wednesday, very fine and dry. Northeasterly winds are going to be quite strong along the coast in the afternoon, and they will ease off in the evening. Lots of blue skies on Wednesday. Thursday afternoon, some blue skies, but we are expecting a lot of high cloud on Thursday. Northwesterly winds are quite strong for inland places and 1 or 2 spots of rain at Thursday night. On the whole, it's looking good over the next few days. Lots of warm weather, particularly Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit of moisture coming through tomorrow morning and Thursday evening. That's your update for Monday. Back to you, Tanya.
Thanks, Mercy. And that's CTV News for tonight. I'm Tanya Green. Have a good evening.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.